I've previously shared videos on firing dance teachers. Stories where I've seen people fire their dance teacher, stories where I've fired my dance teacher, reasons I have fired dance teachers. And you know what? Touche, touche. Dance teachers do occasionally fire students as well, me included. And so I'm going to share today the most common 3 reasons why I have done that. And so number 1, it makes for a horrible teaching experience for me when I am teaching an amateur couple and one of them is verbally abusive to the other. And that can manifest itself in a number of different ways. I would even include just, well, you're not doing it like her. Well, of course they're not doing it like me. I'm a championship level pro. You're not doing it like I would do it either. Like, it really bothers me when people are nasty to their partner, when they have too high of expectations with their partner, when they're not patient with their partner. Heaven forbid if they're really, I'll say very spiteful in their word choice. I just can't handle it. It stresses me out. I feel like I am silently, tacitly supporting a bully, and I don't like it. And so in that case, I will not tell the person, hey, I'm not going to book you anymore because you're a jerk. I will either just no longer be available for the lesson times that they want. And depending on the personality, guys, like if I, sometimes it manifests itself in this way. And honestly, it's almost always the follow. They'll call me on the DL and say, hey, you need to work with so-and-so on his such and such. Don't tell him I told you. That's not a partnership. That's you being devious. I don't like it. And this is a small minority of students, but, certainly if I ask a student, one of the partnerships shows up before the other, I'll ask them, hey, is there something that's been bothering you in practice? Or is there something you'd like me to work on with so-and-so today? That's different than calling me on the sly. That immediately you're communicating with that teacher with the assumption, oh, well, I'm better than my partner, and the odds are, she isn't as good as him. And in my experience, there was total parity in the partnership. It wasn't that she was better than him. She just was upset that he wasn't dancing, like me. Well, of course he's not. This is ridiculous. And when I run into students like that, I have fired them by, in the lesson, instead of focusing on what that person called me on the slide, asked me to do, and I correct the lady, and it totally infuriates her. But you know what, guys? It's good info. It's helpful info. I am helping the partnership. I am definitely giving them their money's worth. And you know what? In that case, every time they never book again. But yeah, that is definitely it. I don't want to teach that type of student. And fortunately, this is a rare minority of students. And, with the teaching experience, you kind of identify these couples early. Okay, number 2, I fired students because they come to me wanting to really excel in a style that I don't specialize in. For example, I'll have like a West Coast swing or a salsa couple come to me or something. And like any ballroom dance teacher, we're trained dancers. We can teach anything. We can probably teach anything, through syllabus in competition. But, for me, I want someone to get the maximum value for their money. And especially when they come to me with a desire to really excel in these contemporary partner dances like hustle or Argentine. You know what? There are private lessons at a third of the price that I offer that are going to be with a better teacher. So why would I not fire them? And to my surprise, guys, in that case, I don't just, dump the people and say, I'm not taking you more. I will explain, hey, you know what? I think you should take with so-and-so. And I will refer them to who I think would be the best match for them in the area. For example, Argentine Tango, we have a very great instructor in town, Alex Krebs. Like someone comes to me really wanting to excel in that. I'm going to refer them to the person I think does best. And sometimes, to my surprise, they're like, well, either I've tried with that person and I didn't really understand their style of teaching. And hey, that happens. Not every teacher is going to be the perfect match for every student, regardless of skill. We cannot. No one can be all things to all people. Like I always say to my daughter, you can be the juiciest, sweetest, biggest peach in the world. Some of y'all who out there ain't gonna like peaches. You just be the best you can be. Likewise, I've had students who've never even tried with a different teacher. Like, no, I just love taking lessons with you. If I want to pursue this style, and maybe I'm not going to get to the championship, level in this other style, they continue to take with me. And, at least I feel we have an honest and open forum. Just because, I don't want to do a snow job on anyone. We all want to get the maximum value for our dollar. We deserve that. We all work hard for our money. Okay. And finally, I have fired students who cancel a lot at the last minute. Or who reliably show up very late at the last minute and then expect me to teach them longer to make up for their lack of planning. I don't like when someone else's lack of planning becomes my emergency or negatively affects my other students, or then I can't go to lunch, and I'm one of those people that mama gotta eat. If I was ever on that show Survivor, for those of us kind of our dance friends who are not in the United States, this is a TV show where they dump this group of like 20 people off on this remote island and they have to live off the land and vote each other off this week. I'm like, okay, first of all, I'd be raising my hand that first day. I don't care if I win $1 million. Vote me off. I want to go home and eat. Secondly, I get hangry. Yes. Angry from being hungry. I am hangry. So they're going to vote me off anyway because I'm going to be the crankiest person on that island. So I need my breaks. Got to get a snack. Got to get my Starbucks. Anyway, now usually I don't actually fully fire these people. Depends how much of a repeat offender they are. If they're just late, I'm not going to fire them. But if they're canceling at the last minute and it's really become a burden for me, like I've had to organize, someone to take my kid to school. And, when you start getting childcare issues, or I'm not doing other things in my life I need to do. And then for me, I have to prepay my floor fees. So I'm losing out on a lot of money. Because I did have one student I fired who, they were booking, like 5 lessons a week, which is not unheard of, but they were showing up to like 1 and just canceling that morning. And then there's an opportunity cost because who have I not given that lesson slot to? I only have so many lessons I can teach a day. So I might have turned away a couple that, I love teaching them as well. That's not fair to them. Nor is it fair to me because now I've paid a floor fee and I got nothing in. So I'm paying money to not teach you. That doesn't help anyone. But anyway, if someone, just perpetually shows up late, or even if they're just like a pretty regular last minute canceler, but not like multiple times a week, I won't fire them all out. But what I will do is give them last priority in booking. Because if I have a reliable, responsible couple that wants, that prime spot, say right before their workday, I'm not just going to hold on to that spot indefinitely for someone that's canceling a lot. It doesn't matter if I like them or not. I do need to be efficient, with allotting my time and money to every day. Cause I do, I'm a mom. I got a needy husband. He wants dinner at 5. I got, a mom, who's caring for a handicapped relative. I'm out there a couple times a week helping them like limited hours. Got to make the best use of my time. So anyway, if you've seen a student get fired, or for our pro friends here, if you have fired a student, I'd be curious to see kind of what reasons you've seen, or maybe you've never seen it at all. And certainly those of us who are self-employed have a lot more freedom to do that. I would imagine if you're an employee by someone, you don't have as much control over that. Although certainly when I owned a studio, as you know, I owned the largest ballroom dance studio in the United States for 15 years. I always let my teachers fire people if they felt they were offensive or whatever. That was really up to them, because I want to create a joyful environment, not only for the students, but for the teachers. And if the teachers are stressed out and unhappy, it's going to bleed onto the students and be a cancer in the studio. So anyway, guys, hope you found that to be interesting. And for the record, this applies to none of my current students. I love them all. You know, I'm really at that stage in the career where I've been teaching a long time. I just have long-term students and get to cherry pick them. So anyway, thanks for joining me. If you want to listen to some more ballroom dance stories, hit that little bell button. You'll get a little pop-up on your phone or whatever that says Sunny's topic today is. You don't have to click on it if that topic's not of interest to you. If you don't hit the bell, even if you hit subscribe, the videos don't necessarily show up on your YouTube news feed or whatever you call it. So you might consider that little bell button. And also, I always appreciate the like button, guys, because I'm not monetized. I don't get any money for doing this. And it just makes my day when I see a little happy comment or a like button. And you know what? Even if you disagree with me, please share it in the comments, because even if that doesn't necessarily make me happy, I'm always interested to hear everyone else's stories, because I am just one ballroom dancer in a world of ballroom dancers. So guys, I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow. Happy dancing.